What's up, everybody? Today is a different kind of video. So we're gonna go over some of the paintings that did not make it to video for good reason. So these are my paint fails, but I don't like thinking of them as fails because they actually got me to the paintings that I did post. So you kind of have to go through the bad stuff to get to the good stuff. So it's kind of foolish to think that everything that you produce will be a masterpiece, and that will be proven today. So the first one I have is this one right here. This is like the first abstract painting that I tried when quarantine first started. Not super fantastic, not very unified. I don't even remember which way it's supposed to go. It's something like this. Yeah, it's just kind of weird red, black, and then like I mixed all these way too much and it's just like this gross green color. Tried to save it with some splatters and some cool lines in here. Anyway, I still like that one because it's like the first one that I attempted. So hang on. Next one, I used a palette knife to try and create kind of a cool like 4-section painting, each one kind of representing a different color, and it turned out like this. I don't dislike it. This is kind of an awkward, like I blended all this and then not over here. You can see I used the texture. I don't even know what this is called because it did not make it to the naming process. So if you guys got a name for these, let me know. I don't know what happened here. Actually, I do know what happened. I attempted to do a whole bunch of texture designs in the background. Started with spray paint. This was a black canvas to start. Sprayed it, thought, okay, that's cool, let's go over it. Did some masking tape. You can clearly see the masking tape was not on securely enough, so all that bled through. And this was one of those ones that just like is a train wreck because I did something I didn't like. So I thought, let's add stuff. And then as I added stuff, it got worse. And then I added stuff and it got worse. And here we are. I think this one can still be, I mean, they can all still be salvaged into something. I say all the time that, you know, when the paint dries, it's a blank canvas again. It should be noted that I'm not ashamed of any of these paintings. That's why I'm showing them, to show you that even the failed paintings are, you know, they still have something good about them, and you learn from failure, as I'm sure everyone's heard before. This one's unique. I don't know what's happening here, but this is very random. Yeah, there's paint on here. This is paint marker. These are like little highlighter stickers, so these just peel right off. There's some chalk pastel in there. It's kind of cool. Like, I mean, it's not terrible. I like the mixture of pastels in here, but this big green blob isn't doing anyone any favors. Potential. These have potential, kind of. So if you go back and are on this channel and look at a video called Gravity, that was, again, one of my very first abstract paintings. That might have been the first one that I posted, actually. I'd have to go look. And that was a tri-canvas painting that kind of, there was a big one, a middle one, and a smaller one. And it's pretty basic. I was just learning about John Beckley, who is a really talented abstract artist. Check him out. And I attempted that. The one I'm showing you now is not exactly that, but it's what it turned into. So I tried to make it less bland. I think it goes this way. And then these, I don't know if that matches up. Maybe like that. So those three are the ones that went together. And I tried to jazz it up by adding random things. There it is. And you can kind of tell it's just random. It's too random. So that's why this one didn't quite work out for me. You've got the texture patterns up here. You've got one down here. these blue lines that you can kind of see, blue and white, you know, kind of zigzaggy lines. Those are Q-tips. There's splatters, there's lines drawn with a ruler. I do like this middle part with the yellow. That's kind of a cool blend, I feel like. But again, I come back to the word unified, and it's just lacking in that way. There's no, a lot of these just have no sense of color scheme. They have nothing tying them together. And this is, you know, I'm not saying I'm great right now, but this is before I learned how to do abstract painting and how to tie it all together. The misconception is that abstract painting is easy because you're just doing random things. And while that maybe is true for some people, that's not all that goes into it. And some people might be looking at these going, well, what the heck, man? These are still good. Why are you bashing them so hard? Well, it's just I have higher standards from when I started. When I made that initially, I thought it was pretty cool, and I still like it, but it just doesn't measure up to where I'm at now. I actually made this years ago, probably 10, 15 years ago, I would say. It was my attempt at a Jackson Pollock. I'll just hold up 2 of them because I can't hold up 3 of them. So if you know Jackson Pollock, he does splatter painting. This kind of looks cool. It kind of has a watercolor feel to it. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. This was just something random that I tried on. Goes like this. I don't know if it goes up or down or side to side, but there's that one. Don't like this one here, but I kind of like where this one's sort of going. The best part, I think, in my opinion, is this middle part right here. That just has a space feel to it. You guys kind of know that I base a lot of what I do off of, you know, space, universe type stuff. This one's just lacking. There's nothing tying any of this together. It's just kind of random shapes. Whereas this one's a little more simplified. You know, I could probably just darken this border, you know, this black border that I have on the sides, just continue that and call this, you know, painting on its own. I wouldn't call this one a fail. This was actually, again, when quarantine first started, and we did some Bob Ross paintings, and this was the one I did. I actually like this quite a bit. The trees, you know, they don't have depth, texture. The sky is really ominous looking. Actually, it was said that this kind of has a Land Before Time feel, kind of like a cartoony Disney style maybe of a landscape. Since I can remember, this is the first attempt at it, so I like it. Hang on to it. That one, it's a good message. Live by this message. But I kind of like, this was like in the style of when I did Chaos, and it was that the letters that I cut out, taped onto the canvas, and then painted over it, and then you take it off and reveal, you know, the letters underneath. That was kind of what I was going for there. This blue background is really neat and kind of textured and cool. Why I chose to make this like a muddy green on the inside of the letters, I don't know. I probably mixed it too much. This blue and this random mix of colors in the letters just didn't work for me. Or the font, really. It's too basic of a font, I think, also. Last one is a video that I still might post, but this was one that just kind of went through different stages, which, by the way, is what I do a lot of the time, is my abstract paintings. I sort of have an idea of what I'm doing, but it sometimes doesn't work out, and I just keep on manipulating the painting as I go. Go check out my video called Light. That one took like a complete dead stop in the middle of the painting, and I decided, okay, this is going to be something completely different. And it's neat. I like it. I kind of went and used the palette knife, and I just gently, you know, dabbed the surface of this, you know, everywhere to kind of give it this texture. I don't know if I like it or not. So that's kind of my list of paintings that did not measure up. They didn't make the cut as ones I wanted to post as a video. The message here is that there's nothing to be ashamed about when it comes to art, that didn't quite pan out. I'm certainly not ashamed of any of these. I just think that they were kind of steps towards the next painting. You know, there was something I learned from each of these, and I continue to do that as I paint. So I'm glad that all of these happened, because the videos that you're seeing now came from these. Anyone out there who's making art, not everything you're going to produce is going to be the best thing and the most, you know, proud that you're going to be of a painting. Just know that, and know that it's going to take you to a place where you will be proud of your paintings later on. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Click on these videos here to check out my other stuff, the ones that did make the cut. This one and that one right there. Should be subscribe right here. Video. Subscribe is right here. Do that. And click notifications. Click them on so you don't miss videos right here.